So we'll be talking about Safe Spaces Act in relation to the SOGI. Ano? But before that, probably you have to look at this and then pakitingnan yung ilong ng babaeng yan. There's a dot in that picture in the nose. So and after 5 seconds, you look at the white portion of the screen and try to see what's in there. Okay, pagka nakita nyo yan, those were the days no, na may wala pang camera, walang cellphone actually. It's just a camera, lalagyan nyo ng film, kasi shoot ninyo, then yung product, ayun, negative, yung nasa kaliwa. Then you bring that to the studio and papadevelop, no? Ito yung nandun sa kanan ninyo, yun yung na-develop. Eh? So, what does it imply? Sometimes, things are not what they appear to be. Kaya, huwag masyadong judgmental, no? Kala mo minsan kayo na, pero wala pa lang kayo at assuming lang, ha? Okay, kaya nung panahon ng pandemic, ang nauso daw ay yung LDR, yung long distance relationship. Paano ba yon? Yung gusto mo siya pero ang layo na magkagusto siya sa yon. Yun. At kaya habang tumagal, eto na siya. Ano ba yan? Absent without leave. Hindi. Those are adults without love life. Ha? Medyo masakit yan. Pero kung wala naman nagmamahal sa inyo, pumunta lang kayo sa gasolinahan pagka Martes. I'm sure may magmamahal dyan. Di ko nga lang sigurado kung magugustuhan ninyo. Ha? Okay. Here's a prayer by Reinhold Niebuhr. Sabi niya, God, grant me the serenity to accept things I cannot change. May mga bagay na hindi pwedeng baguhin. Just have to accept them. And pray for courage to change the things you can. And wisdom to know the difference. Why? Sabi nitong si Edmund Burke, it takes the only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. Okay? At baka gusto niyong sumali sa relihiyon na ito, pwede naman, ano. At you may also subscribe to this YouTube channel, ha? Konti pa lang, 67,000 pa lang. So you can add to the number. Libre naman yan. In fact, even a recording of this lecture is already there in your in that channel. No? You can also look at this if you want to be an eligible professional and join the government. Ito yung mga ilang books na nasulat natin, no? Pertaining to law, education, and other disciplines. Okay. So, in 1971, merong isang singer. Baka hindi nyo inabutan ito si John Lennon. May kanta siyang Imagine. And take a look at the underlined portion. Sabi dyan, and no religion too, no? Imagine all the people living in peace. Life in peace. Okay? Bagay, ang uso kasi ngayon yung bini na, no? Baka may mga bloom sa inyo, ha? Alam ba ninyo na ang original member ng bini ay lalaki? Ha? Oo, lalaki. Si Apolinario Mabini. Okay. So sabi nitong si Mohandas Gandhi, later on tinawag na Mahatma o Great Spirit, to call woman the weaker sex is libel. It is man's injustice to woman if by strength is meant moral power, then woman is immeasurably superior than men. Diba? Ayan. So ngayon, ang tanong, bakit ba palaging may gender bias, gender role? What's the difference between sex and gender? The difference lies on this, sabi ng Medical News Today, sex refers to the biological differences between males and females. Like yung kalang genitalia, genetic differences. Diba? Kasi normal, yan ang natural na hindi naman talaga mababago yan. Pag male ka, iba yung reproductive features mo kaysa babae kasi may role yan eh. That's sex, no? Biological and physical characteristics na talagang magkaiba. Oh. Now, yun, dahil yan doon sa kalang genes. Ang problema natin, yung gender, na i-connect doon sa sex kasi interchangeably used eh. But according to UNESCO, may mga gender roles tayo, no? They vary greatly between societies. Like for example, division of labor. In the Philippine society, just like any other majority of the societies in the world, men are supposed to be the breadwinners and the women are supposed to be the homemakers. Diba? Kaya kahit sa pamilyang Pilipino, ang tatay daw ang haligi ng tahanan. Tama? Di ba? Yan ang palagi nyo naririnig. Bakit? Eh kasi naman siya daw ang father, no? At yung nanay naman ang ilaw. Kaya pala sabi ng mga nanay, napupundi na ako sa iyo, ha? Now, access to education. Sa Pilipinas dati, ang mga babae hindi pinag-aaral kasi mag-aasawa din naman yan. O yung mga lalaki ang pinag-aaral, di ba? Healthcare, job opportunities, financial resources, and decision making. O, yun ang nagiging problema natin minsan. Yan yung mga dapat baguhin. Now, what about gender identity or expression? Ito yung personal sense of identity characterized among others by manner of clothing. Eh, kung na-identify siya as male biologically, eh gusto niyang i-identify yung sarili niya as the other gender. Diba? So yung manner of clothing niya, yung kanyang inclination, yung kanyang behavior in relation to masculine or feminine convention. Diba? Kasi normally, pati yung color coding, di ba? Pag kayong bata mahilig sa lalaki, tapos mahilig sa kulay na pink, red, traditionally, sabihin nila, ay, naku, o, di ba? May worry na. Now, a person may have a male or female identity with physiological characteristics of the opposite sex, in which case this person is considered transgender. Okay? So gender expression refers to how a person presents himself, their gender to the world. And this can be done, ayun nga, sabi natin nga na, clothing, yung language, body language, pronouns, ngayon nauuso yan, yung voice, hairstyle, at saka yung lifestyle niya. Kaya isinusulong nung nandito sa ganitong sitwasyon, yung sexual orientation, gender identity, and expression rights. Now, tanong, do they have rights today? Apparently, meron. Kaya lang parang hindi pa na-amplify, ano? Ayan. So, ito yung mga traditional gender role. Na unfortunately, yung nandun sa LGBT community, hindi identified yung role nila dito because traditionally, there are just two genders, no? Traditionally. Ayan. So tulad ng domestic responsibilities, yung women were expected to handle household while men are expected to do the breadwinning. Sila ang dapat magtrabaho. Now, don't you know that being LGBTQIA+, meron may plus yan ngayon, no? Mental disorder dati yan sa Amerika. That's why, pinipilit nilang gumaling para maging lalaki uli o maging babae uli. Until 1973, ganun ang treatment nila doon sa LGBTQIA+, no? Marami na kasi lumabas eh. Now, that was also the findings of American Psychiatric Association. Nung bumoto sila noong 1973, dineklara na ito na hindi siya mental illness. Okay? So, kaya tanggap na. Nowadays, marami pa ring bansa ang hindi nag-evolve. Look at these countries in the world, no? Oh. Ito, death penalty yan for homosexuality. That's why gay people cannot express their identity in these countries. At kasama po dyan yung mga Hamas at mga Hezbollah. Kaya lang hindi sila nakalagay dyan kasi hindi naman sila bansa. Pero pag hinayaan natin na magkaroon sila ng sariling bansa like yung Palestine, i-implement nila yan. Kapag kayong Hamas ang pinabayaan natin na mamuno sa Palestine, death penalty rin yan for homosexuality. So kaya ironic, di ba? Na pinaglalaban nila yung Hamas pero hindi nila alam na itong mga grupong ito ay galit sa mga homosexual at mga lesbians. Okay? So yan, you can Google it, no? And anyway, everything can be Googled naman, pati yung panliligaw, sabi Google ka ba, di ba? Bakit? Tinatagpuan ko sa iyo lahat ng hinahanap ko eh. Now, recent development. Yung Taliban, ito yung extreme Islamist, no? Mga radical Islam yan na namumuno sa Afghanistan. O, walang karapatan yung mga babae. In fact, pati yung bintana, ha? Pinagbabawal. O, banned yung magkwentuhan sila, so bawal ang mga marites doon. Di ba? At ito, yung mga bintana, sabi ko, pinagbawal na rin. Kasi hindi dapat nakikita ang babae ng ibang lalaki na hindi niya asawa o kamag-anak. Pero inyo yung ganyan. How can you live in that kind of society na ang daming bawal? Di ba? So, hindi natin ma-appreciate yan kasi hindi natin na-experience. And God forbid, you should never experience that. Okay? So, what are the 10 examples of traditional harmful gender roles? Cooking, babae lang daw magluluto. Ang lalaki hindi dapat magluto. Yung working, panlalaki lang yan. Taking care of children, pambabae lang yan. Okay? Yung dressing, may dress code, pambabae o lalaki. Diba? Sa mga bata, pag naglalaro, yung lalaki naglalaro ng bola, tama yan. Pero pag naglalaro na siya ng manika, naku, delikado na yan. Diba? Ayan. So, ito yung mga gender roles. Men are traditionally considered to be the aggressive ones. In marriage, the man must be the provider. In dating, the man must be the one to spend. Huwag naman. Pwede naman babae rin ang gagastos, di ba? Ayan. And, siyempre, pagka banidoso yung lalaki, ay parang babae, ganun. So, lumak tayo sa ganong sitwasyon eh. At sabi nito, huwag ka daw mag-aasawa ng di marunong magluto. Ano ba, pinakasalan mo? Yung babae o yung kusinera? Di ba? Ayan. So, why are we saying this? In John chapter 8 verse 32, ang sabi diyan, you shall know the truth and the truth will make you free. Pag nalaman natin yung katotohanan, makakalaya tayo eh. However, it's the Bible itself na mayroong mga gender bias. Like for example, in Genesis chapter 1 verse 27, so God created man in His own image, male and female. Wala dyan. Kung biblical narrative ang pakikinggan natin at paniniwalaan, wala dito yung LGBTQIA+, di ba? Men and women lang. Sad to say, ang babae ay traditionally subordinated. Take a look at the titles for God in the Bible. Maraming magagalit sa atin dito ng mga religious people, no? Tingnan nyo. Pag sinabing God, you cannot imagine a God being woman or transgender. Di ba? Lalaki palagi yan. But, tanong ko lang, honest question, huwag magagalit yung mga religious. Has anyone ever seen God? Yung totoo, hindi yung mga nagsabi nakita nila yung Diyos o in-appoint sila ng Diyos. Yung totoo na nakita nila ang Diyos, babae o lalaki, wala na makakapagsabi niyan eh. Di ba? So that is based on faith. And how sure are we that our faith is the correct one? Nobody can tell. Kaya nga ang tawag dyan, faith eh. It's the substance of the things that we hope for. The evidence of things not yet seen. Because if you have seen it, then it's no longer faith. That's already facts. Okay? And the Lord God said, it is not good for the man to be alone. So I will make him a helper comparable to him. At pinatulog ng Diyos si Adan at galing sa kanyang ribs, kinuha niya ang isang rib at ginawa niyang babae. Kaya ang sabi ni Adan, this is now the bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman because she was taken out of man. So doon pa lang discriminated na kaagad ang babae kasi kinuha lang siya dun sa tadyang ni Adan. Kaya yun ang paboritong gawin ni Eva, bilangin yung tadyang ni Adan kasi baka magkulang na naman ay may karibal na siya. Di ba? And then, God placed them in the garden. Bantayan ninyo yan. Kaya lang, ang problema, nagkasala sila, kaya instead of enjoying their life in the garden where everything is provided for, nagkaroon ng labor. Why? Because, ang sabi dyan, Genesis chapter 2, verse 16 and 17, God commanded the man, saying, of all the fruits in the garden you may freely eat, but of the fruit of the tree of knowledge of good and evil you should not eat. Because the day you eat therefrom, you will surely die. Diba? Ang problema, natukso po yung sino? Babae pa rin ang natukso. Kaya sa maraming relihiyon, Kristiyano man o hindi, ang babae ay second-class citizen because women were treated as the ones who brought sin into the world dahil siya ang natempt. Siya daw ang unang kumagat ng prutas na bawal. Ang sabi ni Eva, masarap, natikman niya. So sabi niya doon sa kanyang husband, sweetheart, I have an apple. Ang sabi ni Adan, I have a pen. Okay? So joke lang yan. At doon nagsimula na yung babae ay subordinated, pati daw yung computer, doon nagsimula, di ba? Kaya lang, it was an apple daw at just one bite, everything crushed. Okay? So user error. At ang sabi ho ng isang female, ano ba tawag dito? Activist, yung storya na ito sa Garden of Eden, ang siya naging dahilan kung bakit na-discriminate ang babae. At syempre, isama na natin yung ibang gender kasi ito ay male-dominated world. So for at least 2,000 years, that has been interpreted in patriarchal and even misogynist ways. Okay? So, anong sabi dun sa Bible, sa mga sulat ni San Pablo? To the Ephesians, wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands, as unto the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife. O, yung babae dapat sumusunod sa lalaki. Ha? And then, ang sabi ni San Pablo kay Timoteo, a woman must quietly receive instruction, quietly, with submissiveness. Okay? At ang sabi uli ni San Pablo sa unang Korinto, Kabanatang 14, talatang 34 hanggang 35, the woman should keep silent in the churches, for they are not permitted to speak, but should be in submission. Di ba? So yun ang pinaniwalaan dahil nagkaroon ng Kristyanismo. And in the medieval period, ito yung Dark Ages na sinasabi, no? Throughout the medieval period, ito yung magmula nung bumagsak ang Imperyong Romano noong AD 476 hanggang sa magkaroon ng Renaissance period noong 1333 no madiscover ni Johannes Gutenberg ang printing press at nakarating si Christopher Columbus sa Novus Mundus, doon nagtapos ang medieval period. Ano? So, ang women were just considered second-class citizens. They were either held to be completely deceitful, sexual, innocent, or incompetent. Diba? Women were mostly withheld from positions of power. They were not allowed to speak their voice. They were just homemakers. At ito po ang traditional role ng mga babae during medieval period. Nasa bahay lang sila, hindi sila pwedeng magalit sa asawa nila, kahit anong gawin ng asawa nila, okay lang. Okay? Pero ngayon, hindi na po pwede yan. Tayo ng mga lalaki na ma-marginalize. At take note, ito, baka magalit yung mga simbahan, ito po ay nakuha natin sa Google, ano? At yan naman, nasa history books, take note of the gender roles in the medieval society. Of course, the LGBTQIA+ community, wala yan noon, hindi kinikilala yan. In fact, it was a sin. Aralin nyo yung buhay ni Oscar Wilde. Hindi siya makapag-out kahit gustong-gusto niya. Di ba? Ayan. Bakit? Bawal. So the church governed sexual practices throughout most of Europe during the Middle Ages. O, tingnan nyo ito, baka kayo ay magtaka. Sex between married couples was illegal on Sundays, Wednesday, and Friday. Hala, ini-schedule lang pala yan. Diba? Naku, buti na lang walang ganyan ngayon. Sex was illegal for 40 days before Easter and Christmas. OMG. Kaya pala wala nagpapakasal noon pagka Pasko, kaya June palagi nagpapakasal ng mga tao. Sex was illegal for 40 within 3 days prior to one's acceptance of communion. Apparently, Catholic practices ito, no? Only one sexual position was allowed. And sex was not to be enjoyed. It was for procreation only. And take a look, even on children's literature, di ba? It's a woman who is weak, frail, and waiting for a knight in shining armor to rescue her from trouble. Okay? O, anong common denominator dito? Si Hansel and Gretel, hindi ba? Oh. O sino naman ito? Yan ba si Sleeping Beauty? At ito naman si Snow White. Lahat sila looking for Prince Charming to save them from distress, to save them from trouble. Yan ang tinuturo sa mga bata. Eh ba't hindi turuan ng livelihood itong mga batang ito? Bakit puro to, sorry for the term, kalandian ang itinuturo at batang-bata pa naghahanap na ng majujowa, no? Ayan. And even Joan of Arc, a woman, she was burned as stake. Anong kasalanan niya? For fighting in the war against Great Britain, but basically for wearing a man's clothing, no? Man's clothing. Ang sinusuot niya, eh syempre, may kipaggera ka, ba't ka magsusot ng palda? Okay? And she was burned at stake. But after more than 500 years, 1431 yan, she was canonized and now the patron saint of France. Okay? So I'm just laying down the historical foundation. Why? In Deuteronomy chapter 22 verse 5, the woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man. So hindi pwedeng magsuot ng panlalaki yung babae. Kaya hindi pwedeng magpantalo ng mga lalaki. No? Tingnan niyo si Joan of Arc, di ba? Kaya kung babalikan natin, sinunog siya pero para ngayon ay makaligtas na siya, may fire extinguisher na. Okay. So ngayon, ano ba ito? Pagdating naman dun sa LGBTQIA+, you have this letter of Paul, sabi nila, no? But it was not proven naman daw. To the Romans, chapter 1, verse 27. And likewise also men, leaving the natural use of women, burned in their lust one toward another, men with men. Di ba? Working that which is unseemly and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error which was meet. Okay, ano ibig sabihin nito? Hindi dapat na ikipagrelasyon ang lalaki sa lalaki at ang babae sa babae. Kasi hindi daw yun ang natural. Yun ang pakahulugan dyan. Kaya ang mga religious people galit dito sa LGBTQIA+. Di ba? Kung hindi mang galit, hindi nila tinatanggap. Okay? And sad to say, the bulwark of democracy, known as the United States of America, does not want to have a woman president. 2 beses na merong tumakbong presidente ng Amerika na babae at 2 beses din tinalo nung isang lalaki na ang tawag ay Donald Trump. Okay? At ang sabi ni Donald Trump, 2 lang ang gender sa Amerika. Male and female. Wala nang iba. Kaya yung mga tungkol doon sa gender and development programs ng Amerika, tinanggalan ng funding. And that includes yung USAID, United States Agency for International Development, yung mga funding nito ni-recall. Kaya yung mga gender and development programs ng Pilipinas nanganganib. Kasi umaasa ito, majority ng kanyang budget, if not all, galing doon sa USAID na yan. Okay? So that's a problem. Now, in the Philippines, we were almost successful in closing the gap, okay, between gender. Kasi we have had 2 female presidents already. And we have had 2 female vice presidents already. Kaya lang, nanganganib yung vice president na babae ngayon kasi may na-impeach na ng House, hindi ba? But that's another story. You can go to the YouTube channel for the discussion of impeachment. May mga boomer pa rin, no? Natulad nito, no? O yan, yung exchange nitong si Senator Padilla at saka itong si Attorney Kapunan, di ba? Kasi ang ini-insist ni Senator, papaano yung pangangailangan nung lalaki? Pag ayaw nung babae, pwede bang pilitin? Sad to say, sinagot na po yan ng Korte Suprema noong 2014 pa. Ano sabi ng Korte Suprema? Husbands do not have property rights over their wives' bodies. Sexual intercourse, albeit within the realm of marriage, if not consensual, is rape. So mag-asawa na ito, pag pinilit yung babae, rape pa rin yun. That's the ruling of the Supreme Court in that case of People versus Humawan. Diba? Oh. May marital rape na tinatawag. Na kapag ka ang babae pinilit, rape yun. Pero pag ang lalaki pinilit, ay walang nakalagay dyan, ano? Why is it like that? Because the Philippines in 1980 signed, actually 1979 to, but we signed in 1980, yung CEDAW Convention. Ano ba yung CEDAW? The Convention for the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women. And we integrated that in our Constitution. Okay? That the state recognizes the role of women in nation building. So women are not just second-class citizens. They are partners in nation building. That's why we enacted laws pursuant to our Constitution, several laws for the protection of women. You have the Magna Carta of Women, Republic Act 9710. Diba? Then you have the Bausi Law, Republic Act 9262. And then you have the Safe Spaces Act, Republic Act 11313. Itong Safe Spaces Act na ito, we will discuss that because it transcends among genders. Hindi lang babae o lalaki ang pinoproteksyonan nito, but all gender identity. So kaya papasok natin yan. Now, the Civil Service Commission for its part, in 2005 pa ito, naglabas ng memorandum urging government officials and employees to use non-sexist language in all official documents, issuances, and communication. Now, for its part, the Supreme Court issued Memorandum Order Number 90-2021, encouraging and urging all court personnel, and soon including lawyers, to use gender-sensitive language or gender-fair language in their communication, be it oral or written. As a result, there were 5 lawyers who were penalized by the Supreme Court with fine and reprimand when they made fun out of a litigant who was an LGBT. Okay? So LGBT itong si litigant, pinag-usapan nila, niridicule nila doon sa kanilang post sa Facebook. You can read that case if you want to. You can Google it naman. But for lack of time, just allow me to say na pinarusahan sila ng Korte Suprema with fine. Yung isang abogado dyan, minultahan ng 25,000. 5 yan. The rest were either reprimanded or issued a warning. And seriously, the Supreme Court also suspended a judge for berating a homosexual litigant. Kasi ejectment ito, no? So pinapaalis itong dalawang lalaki dun sa kanilang apartment. During court hearing, ang sabi ni judge, if I may tell you the records, no? Sabi ni judge, bakit dalawa kayong lalaki, isang kwarto lang? Magkapatid kayo, magpinsan, magkamag-anak, ano kayo? Sabi, hindi po, magkaibigan lang. So mga bading kayo. Alam ba ninyo na mga bading ay pinaparusahan sa Biblia? So it goes like that, no? So ngayon, siyempre, sinumbong sa Korte Suprema. At ang Korte Suprema, sinuspindi itong si judge at pinagmulta po ito ng 40,000 pesos suspension ito without pay, At pinagmulta siya ng 50,000 pesos, sorry. 50,000. Diniscount ko pa. Okay? At later on, dinismiss na itong judge na ito for another offense naman. Okay? Yan. So you can read the case of Espejon versus Loredo. Ayan, 2022 ito, no? March 9. Now, what about the Safe Spaces Act? Itong Safe Spaces Act na ito, also known as Bawal Bastos Law, this is the law that protects all gender. Kaya kahit hindi na isulong pa ito, allow me to tell you this, even if hindi isulong yung SOGI bill, kung siseryosohin ang pagpapatupad ng Safe Spaces Act, covered na dito yung LGBTQIA+. Okay? So let us define what is a safe space. Safe space means a place or environment in which a person or category of person or people, di ba? Kasama na dito lahat ng klaseng kategorya, can feel confident that they will not be exposed to discrimination, criticism, harassment, or any other emotional or physical harm. Kapag ka lalamya-lamya yung anak na lalaki dati, diba? Tradition nito, lalo na sa militar at pulis yung tatay, binubugbog. Kasi dapat lalaki ka. Ay, hindi safe space yung bahay nyo. Diba? So dapat tatanggapin ka dyan regardless. Now, what are the violations? The acts that constitute violation. Cursing. Ano ba yung cursing? Pagmumura. Catcalling. Paano yung catcalling? Tinatawag si Muning? Di naman. Yung mga, mamaya, papaliwanag ko ano yung catcalling. May definition tayo dyan. Wolf whistling. Leering. Yung pagsipol, no? Leering o intrusive gazing. So, tinititigan ka na para ka daw inuhubaran. Taunting. Tinutokso-tokso. Unwanted invitation. Sige na, sumubay ka na sa akin. Mga ganon. Misogynistic, transphobic, homophobic, sexist slurs. Okay? Persistent and unwanted comments on one's appearance. Relentless request for personal details. Pwede bang mahingi yung cellphone mo? O wag, mahal yan. Okay? So tanong, what do we mean by catcalling? Unwanted remarks toward a person commonly done in the form of wolf whistling and misogynistic, transphobic, homophobic, or sexist slur. Okay? Sabi, ang ganda mo. Alam nyo, kung sabihan ng maganda at tanggap niya, okay lang. Pero kung hindi niya tinatanggap, that would be a violation of that person's safe space. Ito yung mga common forms of catcalling. Okay? So, yan yung mga, di ba? O, ang sexy naman, etc. O, mali yan. Now, what about misogynistic? Feeling or showing or characterized by hatred or prejudice against women. O, sabi ng nakaraang Pangulo, presidency is not a woman's job. Okay? And then, transphobic. Ano naman yung transphobic? Irrational fear of, aversion to, or discrimination against transgender people. O, transphobic, pinagbabawal yan. Sabi nakaraang Pangulo, ito bang si Trillanes ay bading? Tanong yan, o nakaraang Pangulo, ha? Now, homophobic, irrational fear of, aversion to, or discrimination against homosexual or gay people. Diba? Bawal yan. Sexist, prejudice, or discrimination based on sex. Yung slur, insulting, disparaging remark, or innuendo. At ang dating presidente, ayan, palaging, bakit siya palagi? Siya palagi yung ganyan eh. Well, kasi lumaki nga itong henerasyon nila na hindi ginagalang yung ibang gender except men and women, male and female. At inaapi pa yung female. What about wolf whistling? O sinisipulang ka, di ba? O, bawal din yan. Now, o yan ha? Bawal ito sa Republic Act 11313. So if you try to examine this Republic Act 11313, covered nito pati yung mga transgender at mga LGBT community. Kaya hindi napapasa itong kanta na ito ng Hagibis, no? Na nanggigigil ka. Di ba? Masyadong misogynistic ito. Now, unfortunately, 2 out of 3 girls receive unwanted sexual attention in public. Okay? At ito pa po sa jeepney, no? Oh, tingnan nyo naman yan. Di ba? Yan ay misogynistic. Okay? At ito pa. Oh, basta sexy, libre. Pag, ano yan? Oh, pag bakla daw, gulpe. Oh, biruin nyo yan, di ba? Anong tawag dyan? Ito po ay gender-based sexual harassment in public utility vehicles. That's prohibited. At pwedeng ma-penalize ito, ha? Ikulong yan. Now, one time, nabalita naman ito, LGBTQ passenger, inakusahan niya yung taxi driver na hinaras siya sexually. Ha? Dito, hindi kailangan ng moral ascendancy over the victim. Kaya, hindi papasok dito yung anti-sexual harassment law kasi sa sexual harassment law, dapat may moral ascendancy yung offender over the victim. So, ang pwede lang magkaso ng sexual harassment under Republic Act 7877 ay yung estudyante laban sa teacher, yung empleyado laban sa employer, yung trainee laban sa trainer. Kasi may moral ascendancy. But under Republic Act 11313, kahit na yung kaklase mo hinaharas ka sexually, pwede nang magkaso. Ang tawag dyan, gender-based sexual harassment in educational institution. So maraming lugar na dapat safe ka at tinatawag na safe space, pag na-violate yung right mo sa safe space, pwede kang magkaso. That's why, sa mga ganitong pagkakataon, local government units are encouraged to implement laws or rules, rather, may batas na implement laws to through ordinances that would penalize this gender-based sexual harassment. Okay? One example, ito, sa Makati, may multa yan, ha? O, pagka dinidiscriminate mo yung mga ibang tao na identity na, etc. 5,000, first and second offense. Tapos pagka lumagpas pa, pag inulit pa for the third time, eh meron ng imprisonment. Ano? Okay? So yan. These are other violations under Section 11A of Republic Act 11313. Kasama na yung persistent telling of sexual jokes. Maraming taong ganyan, di ba? Yung mga professor tayo minsan, ganyan ang ginagawa, bawal na ngayon yan. Use of sexual names, comments and demands, or any statement na there is an invasion of one's safe space. Okay? Now, eto, kaya naman daw nagjo-joke yung dating Pangulo para lang to lighten the mood. Pero hindi dapat sex jokes. Bawal yon. So, anong penalty dito? For the first offense, 1,000 pesos fine, multa, it goes to the court, and 12 hours community service. So, sa gobyerno pupunta yung multa, at may community service at may gender sensitivity seminar. Pag inulit pa uli, ay meron na siyang 6 to 10 days imprisonment or a fine of 3,000. Inulit pa for the third time, ay di pagkakulong na yan, 11 to 30 days and the fine is 10,000 pesos. Okay? Now, ano pa yung pinagbabawal sa Section 11B naman? Making offensive body gesture. Hindi akin yan. Nakita ko lang sa Google yan. Ha? Bawal yan. And then, exposing private parts or flashing of private parts. May ba gumagawa ba yan? And then, eto, kayo na magbasa, public masturbation daw. Grabe naman yan. Ano? Unfortunately, merong isang Grab driver na may sumakay na maganda, ayan, ginawa niya ito doon sa kanyang sasakyan. Di ba, ganun pala, no? Ayan. And then groping or other similar lewd actions. Ito yung mga nananansing, ng lalamang. Yan, ay may parusa yan, ha? First offense, ito po ay 10,000. Ito, again, it does not distinguish. So kahit na yung lalaki ang gagawan mo nito, pwede kaming mag-file ng kaso. Transgender ang gagawin mo, pwede mag-file ng kaso. Lesbian or homosexual ang gagawin mo ng ganyan, pwede siya mag-file ng kaso. So it does not distinguish among gender anymore. Diba? So applicable ito sa lahat ng gender identity. So first offense, 10,000 ang multa. 12 hours community service. Okay? At saka may gender sensitivity seminar. And the second offense, 11 to 30 days imprisonment and the fine is 15,000. Now, inulit pa rin. Ay 1 month to 6 months ng imprisonment yan and the fine is 20,000. Now, kasama rin ang stalking. Dito naman na ito sa Section 11C. Ano ba yung stalking? A pattern of repeated behavior that includes unwanted attention, contact, harassment, or other conduct towards specific person. So, pwedeng may online stalking eh. So, what do you do when you are being stalked? Trust your instinct. Take the threat seriously. Kaya napapahama kasi hindi siniseryoso eh. Pinagbabantaan na siya, hindi pa rin sineryoso. Report to authorities immediately. Kung nasa eskwelahan, i-report nyo sa school authorities. Kung nasa community, i-report nyo sa barangay o sa police. And try changing your routines. Madaling mag-ingat kaysa magsisi. No? Now, ano pa? Those acts which are mentioned in the preceding paragraphs, A and B, plus ngayon, may touching na, may pinching na, and brushing against the genitalia, etc. Okay. And then, may penalty rin ito, no? Ayan yung first offense, second offense, and third offense. And then, we also have gender-based online sexual harassment. Okay, pag gender-based online sexual harassment online, ay may gamit ng internet. Okay? Ayan. And then, syempre, may kulong yan. It's prison correctional. That's 6 months and 1 day up to 6 years. And the fine is 100,000 to 500,000 pesos. No? At in the workplace, meron din. Gender-based online sexual harassment, but this time in the workplace naman. So may parusa din yan. Okay? So ano ang example nito? Ito, yung hinaharas siya palagi nung kanyang supervisor, requirement dito na imbestigahan at i-resolve within 10 days or less from reporting. So regardless kung sino ang nagreklamo, whether siya ay male, female, or LGBT, kung nagre-reklamo siya na naharas siya, it is the duty of the employer to investigate and resolve because the employer has the duty to impose programs that would prevent, deter, or punish the performance of gender-based sexual harassment. Pag di na ginawa yan, meron siyang 5,000 up to 15,000 fine. Okay? Then, ang bawat eskwelahan, kasi meron din tayong gender-based sexual harassment in education and training institution. Kahit walang nagre-reklamo sa eskwelahan, sa teacher, if there is reasonable ground to believe na talagang may nangyari na gender-based sexual harassment in the education or training institution, the school should promptly investigate. Ganon din yon. Within 10 days or less, dapat i-resolve na. Konti na lang ito. Ayan. And then, pagka nakita na yung perpetrator, ay dapat pwede siyang maparusahan, either suspension or expulsion. Up to the point of revoking the diploma, kung naibigay na yung diploma, kung nakagraduate na. And for that matter, magkikreate ang mga eskwelahan at training institution ng Committee on Decorum and Investigation to investigate all forms of gender-based sexual harassment, even online sexual harassment in education or training institution, but they must observe due process and guarantee confidentiality. Dahil hindi dapat ipinagkakalat naman ito habang iniimbestigahan pa. If the schools will not do that, pwede silang mamultahan. Okay? However, kung minor naman ang mga involved, ay hindi naman sila makukulong, pero siyempre, pwede pa rin na magkaroon ng administrative sanction like suspension or expulsion. And it is also the duty of DepEd, CHED, and TESDA na magkaroon ng routine inspection, and also lahat ng mga investigation ay confidential. Now, may mga biktima na mag-avail ng psychologist or professional assistance or professional services, may gastos yan. So pag napatunayan na talaga nalabag yung karapatan niya, pwede niyang ipa-refund yung ginastos niya from the offender. Okay? So again, these are the books that you can look at para naman dun sa inyong other questions. Okay? And take a look that I would normally tell my students that if you want to be a teacher or lawyer, use your mouth to earn a living. Take a look at the word heart. Remove letter P, you have the word here. Remove letter H, you have the word ear. So in the middle of the word heart is the word ear. And if you try to cut both your ears, you put them together, you'll form a heart-shaped object. So thank you for listening. I hope you learned something.